My dad worked on the Long Island Railroad for like 35 years. And I always remember he'd come home late at night he always had something from the city, you know, he'd always bring home a gift from Penn Station, and he'd tell me stories about the city. And I remember thinking it was the coolest thing in the world. I would stay up in my bed until his shift wouldn't end until 3 in the morning. So I'd be up in bed waiting for him to come home, because I knew when he came home he'd have a present for me. So I'd wait, and then when I would hear him on the stairs, because the stairs going upstairs on Long Island at the house, they were creaky, so you'd hear him coming up the stairs slowly, trying not to wake anyone up. And it was me, my mom, my sister, my brother. And one time I remember one gift, it was so cool. He brought, you know, those the revolvers that you can't buy anymore because they look too much like a real gun? He brought one of those cap gun revolvers, and it was like a cowboy set, so it had holsters and it was dual akimbo revolvers. That was my favorite toy. And I would go down to 7-Eleven at Bike there so that I could get extra rolls of the caps. I don't even know if you can get that anymore. It's like tiny, I learned later, it's a very small amount of gunpowder put on a strip. Once you shoot it, it makes a loud noise. I remember going to the city with my dad on the train. He would close off a car so that we could be in one of the cars, and I felt like royalty because I had my own Long Island Railroad card to myself. Whole car, just me. Little, 12-year-old. Didn't have to deal with all the loud, obnoxious Long Islanders on the way to the city, and it was free. You have any idea how expensive the railroad is? I guess what I'm trying to say is that's where I became entitled. No, I'm kidding, of course. But that's what's on my mind today. I've just been remembering that I don't know why. But sometimes something just pops in your head, you don't know why. It's trying to tell you something maybe. Hey, there's a lesson here. Learn it. Why is this on your mind? It's just scratching at your mind, and you don't know why. Waiting up for my dad to come back from his shift at 3 in the morning from the Long Island Railroad, just so that I could get a toy, a cap gun. But it really wasn't, I guess it wasn't about the toy. It was more about I wanted to see my father. I missed him. I hadn't, he's gone from basically, I get home from school, he's not there. He wouldn't get home till 3 in the morning. Then when I woke up, he'd have to go back to work in the afternoon by the time I was in school. So I guess, yeah, it wasn't about the toy. I wanted to see my dad. Everyone has those weird memories that you shouldn't remember, but you do. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I have no idea what I'm doing on this channel. I'm just making stuff that seems fun to me, seems interesting. So, love to have you here. Let me know, what are your weird childhood memories that just stick with you for no reason?